Welcome to you all. I remember it's my second ARC convention. I joined last year, and I'm glad to see many of you I know already from last year, and I'm happy to see you in different meetings this year too. Ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce myself. My name is Steffen Philipp, and I'm managing partner of HIMA Paul Hildebrand. I'm really delighted to inform you today, together with my colleague Buddy Krief from HIMA Americas, about the current developments of HIMA. Before we start, I would like to go through the content of our presentation. We will start with a little story about HIMA, what's HIMA about, and afterwards I will hand over to Buddy. He will talk about the smart plant and smart safety. I'm sure smart plant and smart safety is well known in the industry. So we are happy to hear some of the news from, and then third, from data to beneficial information is the next topic. HART and smart safety is something we would like to introduce, and we will end with the benefits of smart safety. Sorry for being a little bit not easy with my English, but I just arrived from Germany. And in Germany, we are used to talk in German, so it's still a little bit stressy for me to talk in English, but you will see if I'm talking quite a while, it will be getting better and better. Thank you for that short notice. So let's start with who we are. As we see us, we are the leading independent provider of smart safety solutions. The highlight is on independent because we are really family-owned and independent, not belong to any other big companies in the world. We have our global headquarters in Brühl, in Germany. Brühl is not very well known, but you might know Brühl because it's the birthplace of Steffi Graf, this tennis player. But it's still not very well known. We are family-owned and operating on more than 50 locations in the world and have installed safety systems in the last 40 years, more than 35,000 systems as we count them. For over 100 years, HIMA has placed safety as a heart of our business. Safety is our DNA, as we call it, and we believe that safety solutions should be separated and independent rather than integrated. This alone is a topic for more than 1 or 2 hours, so I will not go into details. This is because international standards such as ISA 854 and IEC 61508 require independence, diversity, and physical separation at each level of protection. Safety systems and process control systems need to be based on different platforms and work autonomously. Difficult word. Next. So let's come to the smart plant and smart safety. This is, I think, a very nice graphics to show where everything starts. We are in the fourth phase. Let's start with the first one. What HIMA did in this development. In the 70s, HIMA developed the first safety system worldwide that has been certified from the TÜV in Germany. Then another milestone was when we took the Ethernet protocol and made it safe for the first time. So this is quite a while ago, and all our systems are communicating with this Ethernet. 2008, we released the first TÜV-certified non-stop safety systems with HIMAX. But what is about today? Plant operation has evolved from manual processes to the goal of being 100% automated. All devices and machines are connected and large volumes of data are created. The question is, what do we do with this data? I think HIMA has a number of answers to that. Buddy Krief will guide you now through the newest developments, and I'm sure you will like it. Thank you so far, and I will hand over to Buddy. Thank you.
It's weird to be talking about safety and tripping over things, but I'd like to add my welcome to Mr. Phillips' welcome. I'd also like to apologize for my English. I just got in from Texas. And part of my English problem is his 2005 up there is really 1997, and I take responsibility for that. We do want to talk to you about smart safety. The first thing you want to have is what Stephen Phillips said, is independence. I tell our customers every day that the biggest benefit that HIMA brings to them is that we're independent. That you're certain when HIMA is your safety layer that it is an independent layer, and independence is tantamount. The other thing I'd like to say is the first thing you have to have is a good, independent, quality safety system like a HIMA safety system. And then the question is, beyond shutting your plant down when it needs to, what can your safety system do for you? We always say that in our industry, there's no ROI, or else there's amazing ROI, right? If you avoid a $40 billion accident, you can't calculate that ROI. But nobody thinks they're going to have one of those anyway. So we're going to talk about all of the data that exists in a safety system, and is there a way I can take this data and turn it into beneficial information? We're going to talk about 4 specific methodologies: sequence of events, critical alarms, diagnostics, and then the HART protocol. We're going to be very brief, so we'll leave a lot of time for questions. And we're going to ask, if you want more information, please stop by our booth, or come to our workshop tomorrow or Wednesday. You can come tomorrow if you want, but we won't be there till Wednesday. So I always ask the question, after your safety system shuts you down, what do you do next? And of course, immediately you get the plant up, and then the plant manager comes and says, what caused the problem? I was talking to some people at a refinery just late last week, and they were saying, they never buy sequence of events, but they always ask us to tell them how we got here. So in the HIMA Smart Safety Solution, the first thing we're going to talk about is sequence of events. Sequence of events is inherent in the HIMA safety system. Traditionally, it's something that you have to do a lot of backflips in order to get, but in the HIMA system, it's not. It's inherent in the system. You can define up to 20,000 events, and so if you have a shutdown, you can go back in time to see what preceded it. You can go forward in time to see what happened after it. You can do a root cause analysis. And the benefit of that is I can take the steps necessary to be sure I don't have that same problem again. Save future shutdowns, save money for the facility. Okay? You people in the press certainly remember that it wasn't that many years ago, all anybody was talking about was alarm rationalization. I talked to a guy at a rather large refinery company the other day, and he says, we've given up on alarm rationalization. It's too big a task. So what we see more and more is customers going to critical alarm systems. Let's let the process-generated alarms flow through the operator screen just as they do, but let's create a separate critical alarms system. So the second piece of our smart safety solution is a critical alarms. This would allow you to prevent, because I can tell you about things in time for you to take corrective action and prevent shutdowns, saving you the money that would be caused by the shutdowns. This is, again, part of the HIMA Smart Safety Solution. Then the HIMA system is a highly diagnostic safety system. The problem is that all too often the diagnostics remain in the system. I was at a refinery last week, and they were talking about, there were 3 engineers I was talking to, and they were saying if if there's a shutdown in the middle of the night, all three of them get a call and they all three have to come to the plant. Takes them about 2 hours to get there. Then they have to go figure out what the problem was. Then they have to get the plant back up. So let's say you're going to lose every time you go down at least 4 hours production. What is that worth? So what we've done is we've taken the diagnostics that exist inside the HIMAX and we brought them out and put them in English. So you probably can't read it, and I certainly can't from here. But there it would tell you you've got a fault on the device that's connected to line such and such, or you've got a bad module, or you've got, and so the technician who's there at midnight can read the screen, make the correction, and we can take the downtime from 4 hours to 15 minutes or 30 minutes. Again, saving money, getting you back up faster. Okay? The next piece of the smart safety solution is HART. Everybody knows HART. HART's been around for decades, right? You know, I kid people that I'm in my second century in this business, and HART's in its second century of existence also. So, almost every instrument that gets connected to a safety system is HART enabled. And that if you go around and talk to end users, we almost never use that data. We use the 4 to 20, we ignore everything else. The HART only exists so that you can bring your handheld in and reconfigure the device. Of course, the problem is that if you bring your handheld in and reconfigure the device, you have made the safety system ineffective, right? If you have it configured 0 to 100 PSI and you now change it to 0 to 200, then by the time the safety system sees overpressure, you know, the vessel's going to be on the moon, right? Sometimes we take the information up to an asset management system. The more I ask the question, the less likely I think that is, but sometimes we do. Quite often through a multiplexer that totally bypasses the safety system. Sometimes we tunnel the information through the safety system up to the AMS, okay? And that gets the information up there. I can do predictive maintenance. I can do all my reliability. I can do all those kind of things that are well done in asset management. But I create an additional risk because now not only can I reconfigure the device from the handheld, I can also reconfigure the device from the asset management system. Companies put procedures in place to prevent this, of course. And every device has a 4 or 6 digit password that you have to have in order to reconfigure the device. But again, you know, if you think about it, in a plant, how many instruments do you have? A couple of thousand instruments. Do you think we have a couple of thousand unique passwords? And interestingly enough, if we did, would you ever be able to find the right one to change something when you have to? So almost everybody I talk to uses one password and they leave it that way, okay? So the first thing we're going to do with our HART solution is we're going to put in a write protect so that the asset management system can read the device, but it can't write to the device unless I give it permission. That gives me an extra level of security, cybersecurity, if you will, but I still have my handheld problem. So what HIMA's done that's unique is we're actually going to bring the HART information into the safety system. So there's a diagnostic that says I've been reconfigured. I can read that inside the HIMA. Knowing that device has been reconfigured, I can take it out of the vote, I can shut the plant down, I can do whatever programmatically makes sense if a device has been recalibrated. Similarly, there's a diagnostic that tells me that the device is bad. So I can notify you to that. Some devices will even tell you that they're going bad. So I can actually use it to do predictive maintenance. I can go so far as to upload the configuration into the HIMAX, and then if you replace a transmitter in the field, I download the configuration back to it directly from the safety system to know that the new device is configured exactly like the device it replaced. Okay? So I'm making your safety system more secure. Certainly HART is not, I should have said that earlier, HART is not a safety protocol. But we're using this only as a diagnostic layer, an additional diagnostic layer in the system. Okay? So when you get down to it, I have to put this slide up. In case you didn't hear me, you can read this slide, right? When you get down to it, you know, we've said, I've been with HIMA a little over 5 years, and we always say that our goal is to make our customers more profitable. And with the smart safety solution, the way that we do that is, once all the colors are done, through, we prevent outages. We talked about preventing outages by sequence of events and figuring out how to not have the outage that we had before. We figured out how to do that using critical alarms to tell me that I need to do something before I have an outage, right? We minimize unscheduled downtime. We talked about using the English language diagnostics to reduce the downtime. We increase safety and security through the use of the HART information. This is you know, for as long as we've had ISA 84, we've been using HART instruments in our safety systems. So we've always had this risk. TUV wrote a white paper almost 10 years ago discussing the risk involved in using HART instruments in a safety system. HIMA, in 2016, actually, has figured a way to get the benefits of HART and eliminate the risk. And then we improve reliability in the same way. And overall, what that does is increase profitability, which is what we're after anyways. If we can reduce your downtime, if we can prevent downtime, then we can actually give you a return on the investment you make in your safety system. And with that, we'll open it up for questions. And before we have any questions, I should say, I think I have everybody's business card in that ice bucket. If you didn't give a business card to Nicole Pringle, our fabulous marketing manager, or to me, then it's not in there, okay?
If you would repeat the questions since they are...
Certainly.
Thank you.
Certainly. Questions? Okay. Nicole, you want to? Yes, sir.
You've been talking about this for some time. Is there anything that you can tell customers that surprise them at this point? Or is there functionality here that they especially appreciate?
You know, it's interesting. We did this not out of a customer request, okay? We have some internal events going on and some internal training, and it occurred to us that it would be really neat if we could take all this data that probably most of our customers don't even realize there and turn it into information. So as we discuss it with customers, they see tremendous benefit. And they're very excited about it, yes. But it's not something they thought about before. I will say you do see more and more people specifying critical alarms packages. We actually see customers now who are talking to us about providing a separate operator station for the safety system, independent of the basic process control system. So as they realize the information that can be garnered from the data, they're very interested in it. I didn't repeat the question, I'm sorry. Any other questions? Should I just say thank you for your time? And
Oh, quick.
Yeah.
So what accent is that natural language instructions in?
pardon me?
What accent is that natural language instructions?
It's a little Texan. The accent is always Texan. You know, in oil and gas and petrochemical, everything is Houston-centric, right? Yes.
Now, we're talking about the refinery
So the question is, what other industries other than heavy process? Certainly oil and gas and petrochemical is the largest industry for us. We work in power and pharmaceutical, starting to work more in pulp and paper as OSHA regulations change a little bit and more people become aware of PSM and the need for safety. We've done very well in the rail industry globally, and we see a lot of rail safety applications. What am I missing? Okay. I should also say, since you gave me an opportunity to have a commercial, we have developed some unique applications for burner management systems, for turbo machinery control, for HIPs, high intensity protection systems, and for pipeline management. So we have a very unique leak detection and rupture detection systems for the pipeline industry. Thank you very much for your time. Please come by our booth and come to our workshop on Wednesday. Thank you.
Thank you.